Hello. Good evening, wives. Good evening. Oh, let me make sure I'm spelling that right. Hello, hello, hello. Listen, I know. Y'all wondering like, Coach C, you on here another day. Hello, good evening. Probably wondering why am I here on a Friday. I'm going to share with you in just a moment why. I have finished for the week. I have finished my sessions for the week. And so what I am starting to do, especially as we go into these summer months, when I don't have any sessions on Saturday scheduled, I'm trying to come in and do my lives with y'all on Friday. I'm trying to do my lives on Friday. And so, excuse me. That was ugly. Excuse me. I'm sorry. God bless me. And so I'm trying to come on in because I want to shut it on down for the weekend. I want to go outside and see the people a little bit, kind of like mingle, walk around a little bit and stuff and, see what the outside look. I'm always on this sofa. So during the summer months, I am really, really rearranging my schedule to where I can enjoy my Saturdays as well instead of always, being on here. But, I love y'all. So I'm here. I came on tonight. And I want to talk to you about something that has been flaming hot. I mean, when I tell you flaming hot, over the past 2 weeks, I have been speaking with wives who are dealing with some type of emotional distress, some type of emotional, anguish, some type of, emotional, something traumatizing has, it's taking place. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on, Lord? And so I wanted to stop by and just share briefly about that. And also for the ones who are not connected with me, through my email, I want to encourage you to join my email list because I am offering some summertime promotions. That means at affordable rates. And I'm doing some things for the summertime. Because I want to give wives, not only wives, but also women, some of my single women, an opportunity, an invitation to take hold of their healing, And so I'm not going to keep you long. I'm going to just jump right into this. And then share some information with you. And I'm going to let y'all go and have y'all, the rest of y'all weekend to yourself. So I'm going to say a quick prayer and then introduce myself. And I'm going to give you a little rundown. All right. So Father, we bless you. We love you, God. I thank you for this time, God, Lord. I thank you for getting me through this week, Jesus. I thank you for getting the other ladies through this week. I pray now and ask that you will give me the words to speak now in this little bit of time that I have with the ladies. And I pray, God, that you will bring forth your word, bring forth confirmation, revelation, knowledge, and understanding. And God, bring forth whatever it is that you need a person to hear on tonight, God. Lord, I bless you in advance and I thank you for your faithfulness as I pray and ask these things in your son, Jesus' name. Amen, amen, amen. So I want to talk to you real brief, about emotional wounds. My name is Coach T. For ones who may not know me, my name is Coach T. I am a relationship consultant and mental health wife coach. All right. I'm going to just leave it like that. I am a relationship consultant and a mental health wife coach. I help wives normally who are going through a season of separation. They are in a season of separation. They are trying to figure out, should I stay? Should I go? Should I leave this man? I don't know about this. This ain't, I ain't really feeling this in this season. I don't really know if I should be doing this. So I help wives in that area. I consult with wives. I can consult with wives who are normally going through marriage issues that involve, addiction, adultery, and abandonment. All right. Hello. And so, if more support is needed after that consultation, then that's where the coaching comes in at. And so I want to welcome you to my life. All right. So I want to talk about emotional wounds, just for a moment, because like I said, I've been speaking with a few wives over the past couple of weeks, who are, really, really having some hard, flaming, moments in this hour. And it's like people emotions are like just out of control at this time. And so, one of the reasons I want to bring this up is because I made a decision to bring back some of my, one of my sessions that I used to offer, which is the grief sessions. And so this is kind of like what we're going at with this. So what is an emotional wound? What is an emotional wound? An emotional wound is a difficult or traumatizing or negative experience or set of experiences that causes you mental and emotional, psychological pain. All right. This is what emotional wounds are. And most of the wives that I coach, most of the wives that I consult with, they are going through some type of emotional distress. They are dealing with some type of emotional distress. I always want to share Coach T transparency. Just to let you know, I understand. When you're going through a season of marital separation, it is not the best feeling. When you're going through a season of hardship in your marriage, when your marriage is, falling apart, it is not a good place to be in. It's just not. It's not. I think one of the hardest emotional things that a person can experience is a lot of times when that husband is still in the home. And he's not sure if he want to be there, if he want to be on the outside, if he want to be married, if he don't want to be married. A lot of times these husbands, they say they don't want to be married. They just there for the kids, or they just there because they don't have any other option or what have you. And so that wife now is in a position where it's like, what am I supposed to do? All right. What am I supposed to do? And that is not something that a lot of times people should walk through alone, because most of the times when they do try to do that alone, they end up making the wrong decision, or they end up making a decision that maybe, kind of go against what God have probably wanted for them. So I always encourage wives, if you cannot get help for you and your husband, if that husband is unwilling to get counsel, if that husband is in a position where he's not ready to be counseled, I encourage the wives to make sure that she gets help for herself. This is why I am a wife coach, because somebody should have told me that you can do that. All right. I did not necessarily have that kind of help when I was going through my marital separation, when I was going through my marital pain. I later got connected with a person at my church that I was with, who she was not married, but she became my wife coach, and she became the person that God used to hold me accountable. She is still my wife coach to this day. I still have her as my wife coach. I'm actually going out with her tomorrow, for brunch. And so you need someone to walk with you, wife, on this journey, especially if that man and you are still in the household and he's living a separate life. He's on one side of the house. He's in one room, you in another room. He's up, you down, he's up. You need somebody to walk with you through that. All right. So a quick transparency moment for me. One of the hardest things that I experienced during my season of separation was being in the house with my husband, hearing him, watching him, experiencing him, living a separate life, involved and connected to someone else. That is one of the hardest things that any person could experience. And not only was I hearing him, watching him, experiencing him, just, seeing him, all, he was just like in that good, that place. So just like, in the beginning stages, like when you first dating and, you the puppy dog eyes, you're so in love. I was experiencing those things up close and personal. It was so bad. So sometimes the Lord would even tell me, he would wake me up. He would wake me up and tell me, you need to hear this. Like, you need to hear this. And I would always be like, God, why do you want me to hear this? What is it that you want me to do about this? I've already been praying. I've already been fasting. I've already been warfaring. I've already been, asking for your help. I've been asking for your guidance. I've been asking for you to show me a way. I've been asking you for a release. I've been asking for you to, let me move on, because technically, good evening, what he's doing goes right along with, me being able to exit out of my marriage. What is it that you want me to do? What is it that you want me to do? And I will never forget one time, the Lord told me to stand next to the door. And he said, don't say nothing. He said, just stand there. I'm like, what you want me to do? Just stand here? And so I can hear my husband talking. And I remember the Lord said, listen. He would tell me, listen. And I'm saying to myself, what is going on? Like, why would you want me to stand here and listen to this man having a conversation with another woman, knowing doggone well I can kick this door down and act a plum fool up in here? Why would you want me to do that? And God was building resistance in me. He was building a strong resistance in me. A lot of times, and this is why I just, I always try to tell wives, you need to walk with somebody on this journey. You trying to figure out, oh my God, why God keep on allowing me to go through this kind of pain? And oh my God, hello, why would God keep on, allowing this man to do these same things over and over again to me? Oh my God, why God is allowing this stuff to keep happening to me over and over again? And a lot of times, God is trying to build a muscle in you. He's trying to build a muscle in you that you will be able to withstand the schemes of the enemy. You will be able to withstand the plans and agendas of the enemy. You will be able to withstand those things. And that takes tough skin. You cannot stand against something like that. Like I said, I see my husband in action, basically cuckooing on another woman. He basically was, in love with another person. And he was inside the home. It's one thing if the husband is on the outside of the home, but when he's on the inside of the home with that foolery, babe, somebody call 911. Somebody call 911. So many times when God would have me to go over there, he would tell me to just stand there. And I like, do you want me to pray? Do you want me to knock on the door? Do you want me to interrupt? And there were some times when I would stand there and pray. There were some times when I would just stand there and just listen. There were some times when I was getting mad as all get. And there were sometimes, I'm just going to be honest, that I just pushed the door on open. And I ain't push, okay? I use a certain type of force. So there was different moments, but God was building that toughness in me. He was building that a spirit of resistance in me. So when things happen and it come up, it didn't hit me and knock me out so hard. So when things came out, it was like, okay, all right. I know God got this. One of the hardest things was, I have to say, on a journey of separation and God has petitioned you to stay in that marriage. One of the hardest things that you would deal with is just some of the stuff that's thrown at you, the different things that you may face. Like I said, I witnessed my husband, in love with a person. I seen how he was holding on to this phone. I seen how he was acting towards me. And God is still holding you accountable to represent him. God is still holding you to a certain standard, even in that. And you say to myself, in no way. In no doggone way, Coach T, that God is holding us to that type of standard when this is going on. Clearly, something is wrong here. And it is. Why? It is. Something is clearly going on there. But that's what separates you from the regular, from the normal to the not so regular, not so normal. You are not normal. If you are in this type of position, you are not normal. You are not normal. You are not regular. And 9 out of 10 times, real close to 10 out of 10, God is calling you to a higher place. Now, do I recommend that for every wife? Absolutely not. You got to know your position. You got to know if this is something that God is calling you to do. You got to know this is what God is asking of you. So this is why I always tell wives, you need to find out your why. If you are in this situation, if you are on this standing place, on this standing journey, if your husband is being the way he's being, you need to know if you're supposed to be even interceding and standing in that. You need to know these things. And then if so, you need to find out why. You need to find out why. I had no idea that God was calling me to the field of marriage. I had no idea that I would be, helping other wives and, helping other couples and stuff in their marriages. I had no idea that's what God was doing with me. Now I kind of had a sense because God had been bothering me a long time. But I wasn't really hearing that. I was leaving that alone. But it made sense. And so he was building up a toughness, and you have to have thick skin on this journey. And so then when other times will come, times will come up or whatever, well, I would be like, hear him. It was like, oh, I can just go close the door. I was fine. I didn't even entertain that. And it was almost like the moment I started doing that, that's when it was like he was coming out the room, trying to come and see about me or, coming and looking. I'm like, I'm good over here, sir. That's going to be between you and God because I'm doing what God has told me to do. Okay. So when I talk about emotional wounds, I understand that. And this is one of the reasons why I always try to tell wives, you do not need to do this journey alone. Okay. You do not need to do this journey alone. Talking to some of the wives I've spoken with, this past week, over the last week, one wife, I think maybe two wives, two wives I've spoken with her situation has gotten so bad now to where she is now, her physical health has been, compromised. Her physical health is being compromised at this point. And this is why I said, you cannot do this journey alone. You should not do this journey alone. One of the things that has been sent out is, a lot of wives are not being honest with God about how they really feeling. A lot of wives are not really, being authentic. They're not being vulnerable. They're still trying to have control over the situation. A lot of times these wives are trying to just warfare themselves through this. They're really trying to just get, I'm just going to just warfare myself through this. And a lot of times God is calling you sometimes to just stand up in it. He wants you to stand up in it. That is a warfare tactic as well. Sometimes just being there and keeping your mouth closed, that's warfare. All right. Sometimes being able to hear him but not hear him, that's warfare. Sometimes being able to, pay attention to it, not paying attention to a suffer wrong, that's warfare. A lot of people are looking just to be praying warfare prayers, but God also gives other tactics for you to warfare. Okay. And so you have to have thick skin on this. You have to have thick skin on this journey. And you have to attend to yourself. And so when your health becomes compromised, and when your health, when your health is now being, a issue, now this is a whole nother issue. Like you can't even do nothing about your husband. You can't do nothing about what he got going on. You have to put that all on the shelf and just, now you have to attend to yourself. And this is why I'm always telling wives, make sure that you're prioritizing yourself. Make sure that you're seeing about you. Making sure that you're maintaining you. Making sure that you're maintaining your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your physical health. Make sure that you're seeing about you more than you're trying to see about your husband. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself because this thing will run you down. I never forget, I had just checked my blood pressure. Like before I had went home one year for Mother's Day. Me and my husband was separated. And I had went home one weekend for Mother's Day. And I was so, excited. Like, oh, my blood pressure was good. This and that and the other. That was in May. I remember, I think it was September, I had transitioned to a new job. And of course, me and my husband was separated during this time. And I was during that season, I was like the big bad wolf. I was like, I got this. You can't tell me nothing. I'm holding it down. I'm running our household. I'm paying the bills. I got the children intact. We was like rolling shot callers, ballers around here. Like, I had got me a good income tax check. Come on, Jesus. I was the junk, right? Baby, September came and I transitioned to another job. And during that time before I transitioned to another job, I noticed that I was like coming home on my lunch break and laying down. I'm like, man, why I feel like I'm so tired? I feel like I'm going to bed and I'm resting or whatever. I don't know why I feel like I just need to just come home and lay down. And so when I started this other job, I had to do more like walking around and stuff. And I was getting dizzy and I couldn't understand like why I was getting dizzy. Well, sure enough, they end up putting me in like this other, like, on another task or whatever. So they put me at a desk. And so I remember like, okay, sitting here and feeling better. And one day I got up and baby fell back. I was like, oh, what was going on here? So me being in the medical field, I know I hit something is wrong. I'm my vision off. I'm a little dizzy. I went to my son's, soccer game one day during that time. And I remember being on the field feeling like, oh my God, I feel like I'm about to fall. Well, anytime that kind of happened, my father passed away from a stroke, and that was some of his symptoms, some of his signs. And so I knew having those type of symptoms, like something is wrong, something is off. I need to check my blood pressure. And so they messed around and checked my blood pressure. 200 and something over 180. I was like, what in the world? I was gone, y'all. That thing had them creeped up on me. And the people, are you stressed? I said, I ain't feel stressed. I ain't think I was stressed. I thought I was okay. I thought I was fine. But it was that secret, that what they call that silent killer. I was doing a whole lot. And a lot of times whites don't realize, they think that because they are on top of the world, and because everything is good, and because everything is going in a good way or whatever, that they good. But they don't understand that you have to balance this thing. You have to regulate yourself on this journey, because you cannot see no signs, or you can feel good and feel like, oh, I'm good. I'm good over here. I'm doing this. I'm up. I'm alert. I'm going out. I'm hanging out. I'm laughing. I'm doing this or whatever. But your body is saying something totally different. And they had to sit me down. I ended up losing that job. Actually, I ended up losing that job because I couldn't keep working like that. My blood pressure was that high. It had got that high. And so I said to say, you have to make sure, wives, that you're maintaining yourself. So when I spoke to that woman, that wife this week, and she was telling me about, her different health issues and stuff. And I said to myself, wait. And we talking about your husband? Because he is no longer a topic at this moment. At this moment, you have to see about you. At this moment, you got to attend to yourself. And so her emotional health had gotten so bad that it had now lingered over to her physical health. And now the things that she was dealing with emotionally has now caused her to have these physical issues that she's dealing with. Why? You got to see about you. Okay, you got to see about you. And so, what I have here. So that's one of the reasons why I'm bringing back the grief sessions for the month of the summer. So if you're not connected with me on my email list, I want you to get connected. I'm doing some summertime promotions. I'm actually going to send an email out tomorrow, to some of the ladies, just to, get people. This is an invite to take care of yourself. This is an invite to make sure that you are, prioritize your emotional health. Now, if you was not with me on last year, we did the summertime shenanigans. I think last year we was talking about David. David was our guy for the summertime. And then we talked about the man by, the man by the pool. And so this year we're bringing summertime shenanigans back. Okay. We're going to be talking about the divas of the Bible and her foolery. All right. We're going to be talking about the divas of the Bible. And one of the reasons I feel like the Lord places in my spirit to bring up is, again, to just point out and start to show. I almost feel like God was telling me, you need to start showing the wise, showing the wise, the women in the Bible. You need to show them who these wise were, who these women were, and make sure that they're not operating either like this one who was being foolery, or they are operating like this one who was being wise. And so this year we're bringing back that for the summertime, for the months of June and July. Summertime shenanigans with the divas of the Bible. All right. I want to just jump and read John chapter 5, verse 6 real fast. And it says, when Jesus noticed him lying there helpless, knowing that he had already been a long time in that condition, he said to him, do you want to become well? Are you really in an earnest position about getting well? All right. And so, like I said, the data is in. Women are in a season, wives are in a season where they're dealing with heavy anguish, and grief. They're dealing with emotional distress at an all-time high. 2 weeks, so the last 2 weeks and the sessions that I've had, so many women are dealing with emotional distress. A lot of these women are dealing with husbands who are inside of the home. They're dealing with the husbands who are inside of the home, and he's living a separate life. Wife, you got to see about you. I always say that is one of the hardest places to be, being married, loving the person that loving your husband and seeing him living a separate life. I always say wives whose husbands are on the outside, you kind of got an advantage. you have a little bit more advantage. You have a little bit more wiggle room. And wives on the, some wives who husbands are on the outside kind of say, well, I would prefer him to be here. Ma'am, no, you don't. Not with him like that. You don't prefer that man to be there. You don't prefer that man to be there and he not speaking to you and your children. You don't prefer that man to be there and you can hear him in another room talking to another woman. You don't prefer that man to be here and he passed by you like you a stranger in the streets. You don't prefer that, ma'am. If that man is bewitched in that place, if he's in that kind of season of his life, you do not prefer that. You don't prefer to be hearing your spouse doing drugs and falling out, because he's done drunk all night. You don't prefer that. It's like out of sight, out of mind. Okay, you don't prefer that. But there are some wives who are dealing with that, and I say that had to be the hardest for Coach T. I'd rather sit his butt right on back out there. Like, you take that foolery back on our side, because we was good over here, okay? We was good over here until you came over here with all that foolery. Playing all kinds of music, trying to, he used to play music, trying to so you can't hear what he was saying to the other person or whatever in the room. Hello. He would be playing music and stuff, and, you can hear him talking. They be planning vacations. I'm like, what in the world is going Jesus, somebody better come here. And so when I hear wives tell me, I would prefer him to be here so I can watch him, so I can see. You don't want to watch that. You don't want your nerves messed up like that. You don't want your body all traumatic like that. You don't want them kind of experiences. And so this is why I always tell wives, when you are in a place where your husband is not in the home, you need to take advantage of that time, because one day God gonna send that man back to that home, and you need to be ready for his shenanigans. You need to be ready for his foolery. Okay. And so because of that, because I've been dealing with that for the last 2 weeks, and speaking with the ladies that I've been speaking with, I decided to bring back my grief sessions. All right. And I decided to bring the grief sessions back for affordable price. All right. For affordable price. Because again, this is an invitation. This is an invitation for you to take heed of your healing. This is an invitation for you to take heed of your healing. So because women need to take heed of their emotional healing and understanding that if they do not address it, it will and it can affect your physical health. That's just the bottom line to this. If you, mind you, when I was going through it, I was on that high ride when I was like, oh, I got it over here. We booming and banging over here. I wasn't dealing with my emotional health. I was going to church. I was praising God, but I wasn't dealing with emotional. I ain't studying him. I don't care about him. I was one of those. I was ratchet at that time. Coach T was ratchet. I better not see him. I better not run into him. I was doing one of those things. You don't got that kind of time, wife. You don't got that kind of time. You don't want to be out here doing that for the summertime. You and your kids out trying to enjoy y'all summer days or whatever, and you mess around and see him. You don't got that kind of time. Come on and get accountable, all right? Come on and get accountable. Come on, let somebody walk with you during the summertime, so you got to do that kind of stuff, all right? So if you do not address your emotional healing, if you do not address your emotional health, it can lead to problems in your physical health. All right. Also, some women that I've noticed, they just do not have anybody to talk to about this. They don't have anybody to talk to about this. Even the ones who have counselors or have insurance to go see a counselor or a therapist, they are not able to talk to those type of providers in a way that understand them, because most of the time, usually those type of counselors or therapists, they are going to probably encourage that wife to leave that husband. They are going to encourage them to to walk away from that, especially if they have not experienced this type of journey themselves. They are going to encourage them to walk away. And so a lot of times what I've been hearing is they just don't have nobody to talk to. They can't talk to their family. They can't go to a counselor. They can't go to a therapist. And so for this reason, this is another reason why I decided to bring back the grief sessions for the month of June and July of the summer. And then, like I said, lastly, I'm bringing it back because I'm giving women an invitation to take heed of their healing, whether they're going through a separation, whether they are single. I'm not just doing it for just the wives. I'm doing it for the wives and for single women. Unfortunately, I still do not work with divorced wives. That's just a conviction that God has given me. And I do apologize for that. But for the ones who are single, never been married, and you are going through, some type of emotional distress, this is an opportunity for you. And then for my wives who are going through a marital separation. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you. All right. And so I put this grief session into like a mini course. It's like a little mini course to give women and wives an opportunity to talk through some of their emotional wounds. Too many wives I speak to, I don't know about anybody else, but for the wives I speak to, they don't want to heal. They don't want to heal. They just want their husband back. They don't want to go through. They don't want to go through God. They don't want to talk to God. I don't want to talk to God about this. God, like, God, send him back here. We got bills over here. Send him back home. They don't want to do that. And then you have on the other side that you have the ones who said that they do want to heal and they do want to involve God, but they actions are saying something totally different. And so I said, okay, well maybe it's the price, or maybe it's, people are at a place where they can't afford it. So we're going to see about that. I think I had just shared with y'all earlier in the week. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hello. How much, you charge a person. At the end of the day, a person has to decide whether or not they want to do that services or not. And so I'm going to want to do some data, some data on this myself, and just see, does it make a difference with the price? Does it make a difference if you offered this type of, these type of sessions to wives or to women in the price? Because what I'm getting a lot of times is these people don't want to heal. they don't want to put God in it. And for the life of me, I don't even understand how you are doing life without God. For the life of me, I don't even understand how you are even expecting anything to happen or change or be different in your marriage without God. It's like, I don't understand that. And so I have put this together for an affordable price. I'm just gonna be transparent, like real quick. Just in all honesty, none of my stuff, none of my sessions or anything is under $300. That's me. Nothing is under $300 unless you have already invested in the Harmonious Boost curriculum. And then the wives who have invested in the Harmonious Boost curriculum, they do get a discounted price. They do get, a discounted rate. But if you have not invested, then normally nothing is under $300. Okay. And this is why I was saying it's important if you want to, take part in the promotions for the summer to get connected to my email, because I'm not going to share a lot of this stuff on, on all platforms, just for the ones that I've been, already nurturing, the ones that's already connected to me, the ones who saying, Coach, I've been trying to work with you for a very long time. I just have not been able to, to afford it. This is for these type of women. These is for, for the ones who've been trying to get in the session, have not necessarily got a session. I want to offer you 4 sessions. I want to offer you 4 sessions again at an affordable rate. Way cheaper. You will get the email tomorrow if you connect to my email list with the price and everything. All right. And so this is your invitation, wife. This is your invitation, woman, to make a decision to start healing, to start working on you, to start maintaining you. I'm calling it taming your soul. This is an opportunity for you to tame your soul. And the question that I want you to ask yourself is, do you want to be made well? Do you want to be made well? Are you really serious about getting healthy? Are you really serious about, making, taking those next steps? Or are you just kind of like sitting around here just like, well, if it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. Then you get off. Just get off the journey. just get off. If you're just sitting around waiting for, if it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. Just exit. Just exit left. just go ahead and just exit now. If you know already that you don't have no intentions of trying to do this God's way, just exit left. All right, just exit left right now. So for the month of June and July, I'm offering a promotion for serious inquiries. All right, for serious wives, for serious women. All right, it will be 4 sessions for 45 minutes. It does come with, a book. It comes with a journal. It comes with resources. It comes with assignments. It comes with homework. It comes with accountability, and it comes with a customized strategy to get you started. All right. On top of one of the ways that I coach wives is, as a prophetic person, sometimes God uses me to write. So when I send her over her detailed summary, this is one of the reasons why I'm so detailed in my summary, because that is also part of my prophetic gift. And so when I'm writing back to the wife, it's almost like, like how Paul was writing his letter to the people in the Bible. This is one of the gifts that God has given me to use to write out these, summaries in detail like I do. during that time, God speaks to me and allows me to speak to that wife and tell her detailed things. If it's something specific she needs to hear, it's something that she needs to know. Usually in her closing, I always end up giving some type of word that I've heard from the Lord. And so this is one of the reasons why I do the details. I know some people like, let you listen to the recordings, or they may not necessarily give notes. Coach T don't do that. I do mine that way for a reason, because it's part of the, me hearing from God on your behalf. And so you will get that. You will get your summarized detail message as well. So you get a lot of things, and I might, throwing a little t-shirt in there for you. So you get a few things, and it's like I said, it's for 4 weeks. It's at an affordable rate. Very, very affordable, very, very cheap. And I'm doing that for the ones who saying, I really want to heal. I really want to do this, but I just don't have the money to do it. I have not had the money to, afford, the Herbonius boost. And so because of that, I haven't did anything. So this is for you, wife. All right. This is for you, or for, like I said, for the woman. All right. If you are going through a hard season where your emotions are, flaring out of control, due to your circumstances, these sessions will be a great opportunity for you. All right. Now there is a catch. There is a catch. There is a catch. And the catch today is I'm only doing these types of sessions 2 days out of the week. All right. I'm only doing these sessions 2 days out of the week. And I'm doing that because I like my free time too. Okay. I'm doing that because I got to maintain me too. I got to balance myself too. All right. Coach T, the summertime, I get hot girl summer ready. I'm a Florida girl. I got a lot of trips planned for the summer. So I said it to say I'm offering it for 2 days. All right. It will be on a Thursday evening at 5:45, 6 o'clock, or it will be on Saturdays from 9, either 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So if you are part of my email, if you want part of my email list, when I send that email out, I would encourage you to join, sign up, secure your dates so you can already be locked in. All right. You can do it for June and July, or if you want to just do it for, for June only, however, but that would give you an opportunity to talk through your circumstances, talk through your emotion, your emotional, your emotional healing. Give me an opportunity to kind of like, give you a strategy, a customized strategy that works for you, that you have going on, give you some resources, give you some, some books, and it does come with assessment as well. So this is kind of like just, it's not her buoyancy boost. It's not her buoyancy boost, but I have simplified it and put it in a way where you would be able to, start some of your healing through this path. All right. And it gives you an opportunity to talk about your husband for the ones who need to talk about their husband still. So Thursday evenings at 5:45 or 6 o'clock, and then Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. are the two days that I'm offering this, because I was going to shut my Saturday schedule down for the summer, but then God brought this to my attention. So I brought this back. All right. So I'm offering these sessions to the ones who are interested in working with me, for the ones who are serious about their healing, for the ones who saying, this is my opportunity. Let me just say this, and this just kind of like throwing out there, you're paying less than $145 a week. Okay. That's cheap. You're paying less than $145 a week. So with that being the case, I would encourage, if you are looking to start your healing, if you are going through an emotional battle, if you're dealing with some emotional attacks, if you're dealing with some hard stuff, then this would be something for you to jump on. Now, it does come in 4. Because you need something. This is one of the reasons why he would say, for the Hub Bonus Boost, they say, do you offer payment plans? The Hub Bonus Boost curriculum is only for 6 weeks. It's only for 6 weeks. I give you 30 days to pay for your curriculum. All right. And the reason being is because the Her Bonus Boost is not something that you should be jumping over. When wives like check in today and then they don't check in for another 2 or 3 months, that's not working for you. That doesn't help. You need something that you can be consistent in. You need something that you can work at. So when wives do, so that's why I do the 3 check-ins, for the wives to check in for those 3 times, back to back. And then after that, it's like, okay, well, it's on them, right? But that's not consistent. That's not necessarily consistent. That's not holding you accountable. You're not really getting nothing from that. Sometimes you need somebody like stand on you and to help you get through whatever it is, so something can break in the spirit realm. All right. And so on that note, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to sign up. Sign up for your sessions. You can sign up at www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com. Also, I'm doing something special for the ones who are still interested in the entrepreneurship journey. I'm doing something for you as well. I'm offering a summer promotion for that. So if you're not connected with me on my email list, I want you to get connected. Let me see if y'all said something up here. I see you. Hey, Coach T. Hey, girl. Let's see. Hello, Coach T. Hello. I finally caught her live. Girl, I normally don't be here on Fridays. I absolutely want to be made well. This is your time. This is the time. This is the hour. This is the season for you to do that. All right? Listen, y'all make sure y'all do something for yourselves this weekend. Don't get caught just sitting around. Don't get caught just laying around under the covers, curtains closed. Put on some clothes. Go find your nice sunglasses. Go get your hair done. Go get your car washed. Go get your toes did. Y'all see Coach T ain't been getting her nails did. I had to take a break because they trying to come for my nails, and I wasn't going to let them do that, Jesus. I wasn't going to let them do that to me. So I'm taking a break for the summertime for my nails. But go do something for yourself. Go be great. Go prioritize yourself. Go sit with God. Go ask some questions. Go see what it is that he wants you to do. And sign up for your curriculum. Sign up for these sessions, for your emotional grief sessions. All right. This is your opportunity to start your healing. You can sign up www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com. All right. I'll see y'all later. Blessings.